but I'm afraid of who I'll be without you. You are all I need and all I see. You are everything to me.
It was supposed to be a fun afternoon of playing in the park for Dulce Maria Alves. Instead, it turned into a frantic search for the 5-year-old, a search that continues today.
Her story is the focus of the NBC 10 News original series called Somebody Knows Something. NBC 10 investigative reporter Claudia Vargas is taking a fresh look at the case and has a preview of the disappearance of Dulce. Claudia.
Jackie, Johnny, well, over the last several months, we retraced Dulce's last known steps, spent time with her family, and spoke with investigators. The result is the most comprehensive look at her case to date.
911, where's your emergency?
I can't find my daughter.
A 5-year-old goes missing from a park.
I was screaming, I couldn't find it. That's where in my mind went, what if somebody had took her or something?
The small town of Bridgeton, New Jersey had never experienced anything like this.
It caught the whole town in shock because you don't hear stuff like that, especially in this city.
Dulce Maria Alves was gone, but was she taken?
If the child wandered away, time is of the essence. Obviously, if there's something foul play amiss, time is also of the essence.
There were roadblock canvases set up, canvases of the park, neighborhood canvases, video canvases.
The search for Dulce continues as days turn into nights, then weeks, months, and years.
As time goes on, it's much more difficult.
Now, the NBC 10 series, Somebody Knows Something, The Disappearance of Dulce, takes a new look at the case, retracing the timeline, including questions about the timing of the Amber Alert.
Why the delay?
Again, I wouldn't say it was a delay.
Plus, the sketch of a potential suspect, the psychic tips, and searches across the country.
Everybody was waiting to find a dead body that day.
Premiering Friday night at 7 only on NBC 10 and our streaming channels.
Somebody knows something. She just didn't vanish in thin air.
And leading up to Friday night at 7 o'clock, we'll have a series of stories focused on the different aspects of the case. You can see those right here on NBC 10 News at 5.
And so many questions about this case, Claudia, and you have been doing a lot of reporting and a lot of research. Why have you invested so much time into this story and the case?
Yeah. Well, I would say two things. One, this case really captivated our whole region when it happened. I mean, everybody takes their kids to the playground. Nobody expects to come home without one of them. So this happened. So we wanted to know what did happen that day and take a little deeper dive into what happened. But then two, and personally this was kind of the bigger deal for me, was we've done other documentaries on, we did the Who Killed Barbara Jean, Boy in the Box, and those kids, while we were amplifying their stories, they were dead already. They had been killed, so there was no bringing them back. In this case with Dulce, law enforcement believe she's still alive. And so if our series can do anything, and as it's called, somebody knows something, if somebody knows something and they come forward with some information, it's all worth it. So I really think it's the hope that still exists in this case that made us want to pursue it.
Hard to believe we're coming up on 4 years already almost. Claudia, thank you for that. And we'll be posting all of those stories throughout the week, as well as the entire special on our website. To watch those videos online, go to NBC10.com and search Somebody Knows Something.
The disappearance of 5-year-old Dulce Maria Alvarez gripped our region. For 4 years later, there are still many unanswered questions, including, where's Dulce?
A new original NBC 10 true crime documentary explores those questions. Investigative reporter Claudia Vargas retraces Dulce's last known steps and spoke in depth with investigators and the girl's family. Claudia has the latest in the disappearance of Dulce.
Noema Alvarez had taken her 2 kids, Dulce Maria and Manuel, to Bridgeton City Park in September 2019. Noema and her 9-year-old sister stayed in the car while the kids played in the distance.
She was playing in the slides with her brother. That's the last thing I seen doing her. She was going down the slide.
Minutes later, Noema couldn't see them anymore. She walked over to the playground. Her son was crying. Dulce was missing.
I thought she was hiding, and I was getting mad. But then I noticed that I couldn't find her.
Noema waited about 40 minutes before calling police.
911, where's your emergency?
I can't find my daughter.
Okay, when was the last time you seen her?
We were there at the park, and people said that probably somebody took her.
Once cops arrived on scene, Bridgeton Police Chief Michael Gameri says the delay in calling 911 may have been too late to catch an abductor.
They could have probably been out of the city by the time we got there, if that was their intention.
But at that point, police weren't sure if someone had taken Dulce.
Through the early morning, we were still hoping to find the child, maybe in brush or had gotten tangled up.
It was an all-hands-on-deck operation with the involvement of Bridgeton Police, Cumberland County Prosecutor's Office, New Jersey State Police, and the FBI.
200 to 300 investigators, again, meticulously searching that area while other investigators are pulling video, are conducting interviews.
An Amber Alert was not issued until 29 hours after police arrived on scene.
There's a lot of factors that go into the decision as to when to release an Amber Alert.
State Police is in charge of Amber Alerts in New Jersey. The head of Special Investigations, Thomas Weiserak, says they needed some evidence that Dulce was abducted. They finally got a description of a man and a red van from a child witness. About 1 month after Dulce was last seen, another witness came forward, which led to a composite sketch of a potential suspect. But neither the Amber Alert nor the sketch have resulted in police finding Dulce. Years later, local police and the FBI continue to receive tips from all over the country.
They send us a picture right away, and they let us know, and they tell us if that looks like Dulce, and we look at the picture, and yeah, sometimes they do resemble Dulce, but there's always from the face or the hair that doesn't match.
While police continue to investigate tips, they have also kept a close eye on Dulce's family.
Sometimes I think that they're too concentrated in me, and that probably the person that did this is like on top of their nose and they just don't notice.
And Noema says police have told her that she and her family continue to be suspects. And the prosecutor in charge doesn't deny that. She says until they figure out what happened to Dulce, they're not ruling out any possibility.
So, Claudia, nobody's been ruled out as a suspect, including Dulce's family.
Correct. The family. And in the documentary, we go through the various ways that police questioned Dulce, the family. They had to take a lie detector test. There was also a search warrant, other things. Now, it's important to note, though, that both Noema, which is Dulce's mom, and her family have denied any wrongdoing. They said they had nothing to do with her disappearance. And police have said that they have cooperated with the investigation.
And when we were covering this 4 years ago, each day we were so hopeful, thinking this was going to be the day when they found her. Of course not. When can we see this documentary?
Well, you can watch it this coming Friday at 7 p.m. on NBC 10, and on we're going to put up our streaming channels right above there. There you go.
Friday at 7 p.m. on
Friday at
NBC
7 p.m. and our streaming channels that are listed right on your screen.
Claudia, thank you. And if you have information on a tip regarding the disappearance of Dulce Maria Alaves, scan this QR code that you see on your screen or call the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's tip line. Investigators say you can remain anonymous.
All right, Tribute to call the peace in noon times. We're gonna do two different readings today. First one is gonna be on Miss Yvette Leonard. I just became aware of her being missing a couple of days ago on Instagram. Like I said, I follow a lot of different missing, lost in traffic individuals. For those of y'all who have not been paying attention, a lot of kidnappings and stuff have been going up strong. A lot, especially since a lot of illegal migrants been coming in. Now, it doesn't mean that there aren't other professional agencies that are also taking children, men and women, and for various reasons. And the number one reason is because human beings are being sacrificed to spirit forces for their nourishment. So that's Noon's take on it. So for those who don't understand how that works, I guess you have to watch some of these videos, and then you'll be able to understand that. All right, so so the first thing we're going to ask is Yvette Leonard still alive? Is Yvette Leonard still alive?
Desire would be.
We have a few come out. Or how it is. Sometimes it's too many cards. But let's see. Just give me a moment. These cards like to flop. So I got like two cards that came out. The first card is the Black Star card in reverse. And then we have the 6 East card in the upright. Okay. So.
Until you came around and made them blue. But I'm afraid of who I'll be without you. You are all I need and all I see. You are everything to me. You are all I need and all I see.
Desire would be.
Got the Reaper Sun card in reverse. 7 Ether card in reverse. And the Kindle and Kindle card in the upright. All right, let's see what this says. So we got the Black Space card in reverse. The Black Sky card. This is space, represent the Father. And it's in reverse, but this is what it says. Represent vacuum, father, germination, darkness, wetness, height of matter, perfection, magical, magnetic, suction, impregnator of matter, does not variate or deviate. Blackness for all, perfection of all colors combined. This is also a all card. When it appears as perfection of good, bad, ugly, depending on how it's drawn, it has no reverse. But because space is imperfection. It's really it's the container of all. So it says that when it appears, there's a perfection of good, bad, or ugly. So this situation is a bad situation. And the fact that it appears if the situation was good, it'll perfect it. So I guess the worst case scenario is a perfection of this, meaning it's bad. It's a perfection of bad. The bad case is that she's missing. So, but then the 6 East card comes up in the upright. This is a positive card as well. It's a future card, and it's about our Pygmy gods, ancestors coming back in a better form, right? Because they're not here right now. So what I look at this, because it's a perfection of a bad situation, and the fact that we got a future card where our ancestors who are not here will return one day in the future, is suggesting that she's most likely is not with us anymore. Okay, that's what I'm getting from this, because the way the card that came after the space, that's what I'm getting from that. All right, so we know that this is a future card. It said universe are alive. It said beings become visible. Pygmy gods and goddesses return from Lake Nam Lowly, Lake Victoria, 789, ether, life, fires of life, liquids of life, lands of life, kingdom of the sun, Reapoo, horizon of existence, birthplace of Noopooh, atmospheres alive, hot temperatures, all suns, planets, and moons are alive, scientifically, the rise of Ra, soul, the sun, a future card. So that's what I'm getting out of that. This is a future card, and and that's when things are in a better place, in distance, in time, not now in another realm like religion pretends. So then we got the Reapoo sun card in the reverse. Okay, so it represents creator, self-grown, life of life giver, and life of death giver, intelligence, Leo energy, 6 ether energy, sex, mentally, physically, spiritually, gamma radiation, deterioration, 9 ether mind, mental life, infrared energies, heat, heart energies, ego, father of all, soul of all, impulsive, 6 mind conscious, 9 mind conscious, happiness, and reasoning. So when the sun card is in the upright, all of the positive 9 reasoning, life energies, that's what this represents when it's in the top upright. That's why there's the 9 at the top. When the 6 is, and when it's in the reverse, the 6 is, and so all of the negative stuff, the life of death giver and all of that. So the sun was spoken of in the 6 East card, right? When the suns are in the state of life, but we're not at 6 East. And then the sun came up in reverse. The sun represents life of life in the top half and the life of death in the reverse. So this, the Reapoo sun card is also is saying that, from my interpretation, that she's no longer with us. Then we got the 7 ether card in the reverse. This is a life card and a freedom card. All right, even though it has no reverse side, the opposite side of the 7 ether is, because 9, 8, and 7, they got 6, 5, 4. So the opposite, I think, of 7 ether is 5 ether. So this is a enslavement card when it's in the reverse. All right, so all of the energies that, and when it's upright, say lesser form of 9 ether combined gases exists for 36 million years, a past card. Its energies are here now to help the black race and all oppressed people. Works with Aquarius Uranus energy to disrupt evils that enslave others. It's spiritual mental resurrection energy. It has no reverse. But the fact that it says a past card that means this is supporting that, right? Because this is a life card, but in the opposite, and I'm reading it in the reverse because I know how to flip-flop, it's representing death. And the upright is life, but its opposite is death. All right, so we have space is basically perfecting whatever the situation is. We have the QueeRaoopoo and QueeRaoopoo card in the upright, okay? And it says, these brain new gods and goddesses are responsible for all kidneys and bladders of the African race and ancient ancestors. So this is a confirmation card that we're talking about a black person of the African race. Another movement card that takes waste from your life and provides nutrients mentally, spiritually, and physically. The powers of this card are to filter, store, and remove. In reverse, it means blockage and infection in every sense of the word. So, QueeRaoopoo and QueeRaoopoo deals with the bladder, the 9 ether gods. All right, but they don't commit activities of death. But the fact that they represent the bladder gets rid of waste. So that's meaning it's a cleansing going on. That means, she's no longer in that situation the way she was. Okay, so, but we'll get some more tarot on this one from this other deck. Is Miss Leonard still alive? Same question, different tarot deck.
Until you came around and made them blue. But I'm afraid of who I'll be without you.
We got 2 of Pentacles in the upright.
Desire of the beat.
Death card, chat. Come on. Whoa. The 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Third one came out. All right. And then we have the Page of Cups in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. All right. So in this here we have the 2 of Pentacles. And you see there's a juggling act there in the upright. We have Jupiter and Capricorn, which is justice and karma. And it's a balance card. It says balance, trying to find balance, resourcefulness, ups and downs, adaptability, flexibility, juggling life, juggling money, balancing books, transferring money, profit and loss. So this is describing the situation of people that's looking for her and they're trying to balance out the odds that she could be here, she might not. Resourcefulness, they're trying to do everything they can. Even when I look online, it's really, I didn't see no GoFundMes, I didn't see no other news outlets or nothing. I just seen this on a regular search. So I know it represents Earth and financial situations as well. And it's an Earth sign because Pentacles represent Earth, Capricorn is Earth energy, so this is what's going on with the family. All right, so then we got Pentacles again in the reverse. It's the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. So here you see a female and you see a bunch of trees and a bird, and you see those pentacles down there, which represent some stability, money, and all that stuff like that. So it's in the reverse. This card is called Independent Wealth. And we have, I think this is Scorpio and Taurus energy. It's an independent success, financial stability, security, profit. Oh, my bad. No, this is the reverse. I'm going to read the reverse. Sorry. Lack of independence, stability, security, reckless spending. So something is going on with the money. All right. So it can't be her because she's missing. So who's over her money or whatever that is, or her financial situation? It's being recklessly spent or some kind of way. And then the last card is the marriage card, and it's in the upright. So here you see Aries and the Pisces sign. So you see it's a bunch of people in the background. So the cards is speaking about the family. So whoever's her family is, they spinning the bread, because it says happiness, family, happy families, reunions, homecomings, family gatherings, marriage, long-term relationships, stability, and security. It does have the word reunion in here, but for the most part, it seems that the cards is now looking at the financial status. So somebody is married and around this scenario, and they're balancing, but it's not a real balance, because it says lacking balance. Whenever you have a juggling act going on, that's what this guy here is doing. There's a juggling act. You see, so there's this recklessness going on with the money, and then the family card come up. So I don't know the situation of the son who's looking for Miss Leonard, but the cards, from what I gathered, is that she's no longer there, and somebody is being reckless with the money. All right, because I had some other questions, but and she's been missing since June 13th of this year, 2024. All right, so now we got the next questions to deal with. I'm gonna leave these cards out.
It's 10 o'clock.
In a pile. And all right, so now we're talking about the child Dulce Maria Alvarez. Is Dulce Alvarez still alive? Is Dulce Maria Alvarez still alive? Is that child still alive? Okay, we got the TarBooOonooAanet card in the reverse. Dulce Maria Alvarez still alive.
Desire to be.
Did this pop out or I dropped it? All right, I'll just take it. Okay, we got the Matter card in the upright. Pick Me God marriage card in the reverse. The Universe and Tester card in the reverse. 8 ether card in the upper right. And it's Dulce Maria Alvarez.
Great until you came around and made them blue. But I'm afraid of who I'll be without you. You are all I need and all I see. You are everything to me. You are all I need and all I see.
Desire of the beat.
Whoa. I think that's it. Usia in the wait a minute, in the reverse. So I think we got one more. Bengalese Moon Kingdom.
Desire of the beat.
All right, so we got TarBooOonooAanet card in a reverse. And this is a mother card as well. So this is confirming we're talking about a mother whose child is missing. All right, so they say in the reverse, it's not feeling safe in life, feel being poor, feel unworthy of safety and comfort. Siblings got better treatment, deep insecurity. So that's pretty strong to start off because this is what the mother is feeling. All right. We heard the 911 call didn't sound upsetting. She didn't sound like she was frantic or anything. It was just like a regular phone call. All right, that was definitely interesting to say the least. We got the matter card, the nun card in the upright. You see the god nun with the hands extended up holding the god at the top. That's represent the 9 ether waters. A life card. Wife of space, mother of time, universes, orb, spirits, flesh, gods and goddesses, male and female, and all other male, female, neuter gender, consciousness, somethingness. In reverse, all matter and matters are changing for the worse, eventual destruction. All right, so the mother is feeling insecure, but this is also a life card. All right, so it sounds like the baby is still alive. Now we have the Pygmy God marriage card in the reverse. And I don't know if the mother was married or is married and not with the man or not. I didn't see all of that. All right, but we do have the mother card and we have the life card. All right, because we're asking is Dulce Maria Alvarez is still alive. So here in the reverse, it says, is human beings, relationships with soulmates and twin flames that suffer ups and downs is natural opposite to the pygmies. Sexual, cheating, lying, divorcing, reunion, reproduction, past life marriages, karmic marriage debts that follow you until paid. So this is like a relationship card, marriage and ups and downs with human beings, cheating, lying, and all of that. Definitely, I think the mother is not telling the whole truth because of this, and it seems like because the marriage card came up, you know, maybe the father, you know, maybe either she couldn't take care of the child and came up with this plan to let the father get her and take care of her, or the father came and kidnapped the baby. But it seems that this is a relationship type of issue between the mother and someone else, and the child just ended up being taken. But so far, the matter card, which is the mother card, because matter has the two letters in it, ma. So just like space has the word PA in it for pa. All right, so it's saying she's still alive, but it seems that she's in some type of situation because of a marriage or relationship that the child got took. Now we got the universe genitals card in the reverse. All right, so when it's in the upright, it's the genitals and it's 9 ether gods, but when it's in the reverse, it's the Pisces, but you can see them at the bottom, which is emotion and the zodiac that come with that. All right, so in reverse, STD, spiritual transmitted disease, the spiritual, mental, and economic impotence, infertility, barren, morally, ethically, etc. So it's going back to things that's dealing with some form of impregnation, because in the top it says ground, fire, air powers, production, transportation. We know she was taken, protection, regulation, urges, motion, impulse, instinct, impregnation, pregnant, birth. But in the reverse, it just seems like it's a spiritual and mental and economic impotence. Again, I think she couldn't take care of the baby, the child, because now this is dealing with economics again. Okay, because it says that, talk about economics impotency, meaning she don't have enough money to take care of business. All right, infertility. You could take that from, that's a person not being able to have children. So the fact that it's in reverse, that seems to be in the case, that her child seems to have been the result of money not being able to be there, you know, to take care of that. Because that's how I'm looking at it. The same thing we looked at with the other reading I did with the what's her name? What is her name? Let me get the name so we can get it right. The reading I did, it was what's the little girl name? Relisha Rudd. When her mother was in the that shelter, and she ended up letting her child go. Okay, so in here we have following. This is the 8 ether card, and this is a freedom card. All right, so it says lesser form of 9 ether combined gas exists for 24 million years, existed in the top half of existent past card. Its energies are here now to help the black race and all oppressed people work, and all oppressed people. Works with Aquarius, Uranus disruptive energy to release people from evil. It has a reverse side. So it's a freedom card, and it means that the forces are working to get her free. And it also can stand for if the baby was a problem financially, Now the lady feels like she set her free because she couldn't be able to take care of her. The same way that Relicia's mother was not showing any emotion when she let her child go with that black man from the shelter. In both interviews, you don't see her showing no emotion. It's like, because she was sure that wherever the child went was safe. The same thing with the mother here, with Dulce's mother. Her mother was not upset, but she was reporting him because she knew that was the legal thing to do. And don't forget, she waited 40 minutes before she called the police or 911. All right, so we got the Osir card. All right, 2-piece Osir. So Asar came through, but he's in the reverse. So that's a good sign. All right, because it said he symbolizes Asar, Osiris, Aset, Isis, death, ghost guard, chief of the dead, 3, the judge of the dead, vampire, methane, Pluto, Hades, Holy Ghost, Molech, child of adult, animal sacrifices, mentally, spiritually, physically, economically. See, economically came back up. Death partner with Tahuti, ruled religion for 2,000 years. First ruler of the Roman Empire, spiritually, cannibalism, pedophilia, hebephilia, debauchery, magic, a god of secret societies. In reverse, you are safe from these powers. So Osiris came through this time again and said that he ain't had nothing to do with that. And he's saying she's safe for me, because when he shows up, that means it's going down, literally underground, down. All right, so you got Mingalese in upright. This is a home card. So her last name meaning Alvarez, most likely she is from Mexico or Brazil. So the home card came up. That means she must be back home, because nothing on this card seemed to be referencing a kidnapping. You understand? In the sense of how other stuff went. This seemed to be pre-planned, but the cards is basically kind of like saying she's safe, because Osiris came on the board. You can't get no more clear than that. Because if it was Tahuti, it'd still been kind of, because Tahuti kind of, he slow moves with it. He don't always just take you straight out, because that's what him and the narcotics guard, Bacchus, and them work together in the hospital. They have a slow death. You know, they have a portion that they'll give to Osiris. But for the most part, when Tahuti is involved, you know, it's gonna be slow. With Osiris, which is the original vampire deity, in the bottom half, you know, they're gonna drain you. They're gonna do all kind of stuff. They don't really play with their food. They get a whole thing out of that. That's their sustenance, and that's what I see in tonight's reading. So I don't think we should have to worry about that. All right, so let me get an overall. What's the advice for Dulce? What's the overall advice about her situation? What is the advice? What is the final words on we have the 2 of Swords to the left. It's a challenge. So that's how they read it in this tarot. All right. So say when it's something, it's pretty much in upright, but it's a challenge. So it says stalemate, truce, sitting on the fence, crossroads, difficult decisions, painful choices, stressful decisions, opposition, facing your fears, being torn between 2 relationships, divided, loyalty. See, we were just talking about that. And the card that came up dealing with relationship was this card, but it was in the reverse. So that means there is a man or men involved. And the mother, again, you got 2 swords, so these can represent 2 different people And what she decided to do, I'm just not gonna, you know, I'm gonna blindfold myself, and whatever I choose is whatever I choose. And that's what this is. So something going on with the mother, and she gotta choose. She's torn between two relationships. So I think if the police are really trying to do their job, if the female has a baby father that's not there and she has a man or whatever the case is, something went down where it was a relationship and it had to deal with money and was not enough money to go around in some kind of format. All right, so the cards are saying, from what I'm saying, she's not being sexually bothered. She's safe somewhere. She's with somebody. And the mother knows who it is. All right? So that'll be the end of that. Truman, the card of the peace in noon times.